Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope all is well with you guys on this beautiful day. All is well with me. I cannot complain. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into the video. First, I'd like to thank all of my new subscribers for tuning in. I'd like to thank all of my new subscribers for tuning into my channel. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we're gonna get into this message. Someone is getting rid of shit. Somebody is downsizing and in your face. Whoever this individual is, they're going through drawers, closets, whatever the case is, and they're getting rid of stuff. And someone isn't paying attention. Because one, they know wherever they're going, they're not gonna need some of the stuff that they have, and they've outgrown it. And I mean, like, not just in size. I mean, like, mentally, emotionally, they've outgrown it. But now let me explain something to you. Before they leave, there's gonna be a time or moment. Some shit is gonna hit the fan. All right? They're not gonna go away quietly. That's what I'm picking up on. Let me tell you something else. I wrote it down because I didn't want to forget. So someone either threw something away that they didn't mean to throw away. Or someone could have thrown something away of yours, and they didn't mean to throw it away. And then again, they could have meant to throw it away, or you could have meant to throw away whatever it was. And when I mean throw it away, it could be an item, something that you value, cherished, something that was given to you from someone special, something that could have been given to you from someone, could have been given to you from a third party. I got to put it out there. Like, a lover could have given you something, and whoever your person is, they didn't like whatever explanation you gave as to how you attained it, so they threw it away. They waited until your back was turned and they threw something of yours away. On the other hand, someone could be throwing away a whole job, a relationship, period. It don't have to be a specific item, but somebody is throwing something away. All right? But let me explain. Whoever's doing the throwing away, if it's a job or a relationship, they're going to try to go back. And they can't get back. Or the universe is advising whoever's listening, whoever the person is that's throwing a situationship, a relationship, a marriage, or whatever, the universe is telling you, if you walk away, don't go back. Don't go back to get it, because it will not be there. Whatever you've thrown away and said, I no longer need this, I no longer want this, somebody is going to try to go back and get whatever it is that they threw away. And guess what? Somebody else might have claimed it. Say, for instance, I'm just giving some examples here. Say, for instance, you're at work. You have a favorite cup. One of your hateful ass, crazy ass coworkers come by and take your cup and throw that mug away. You walk in Monday to see that your cup is thrown away. But you walk through the little space or whatever, the office, and you notice that cup is sitting on someone else's desk. When you ask that individual, excuse me, where did you get that cup from? And they smile and say, oh, someone threw it away Friday, and I just thought it was too cute to throw away, so I took it and put plants in it, or whatever the case. It's going to be something like that. And then you're going to not want to ask for it back. If you're Aries, Leo, Sag, or I'll say Aries, Sag, you more than likely will ask for it back. For real. And then, like I said, someone is going to go look for something or go look for someone, and they're not going to be there. So take it however it resonates. But I've been shuffling these cards. And I put out totally different decks, y'all. I mean, like, for real. Because I don't want to have anything fuzzy, buzzy. You get what I'm saying? I want everything clear as I can get it. So sometimes I switch decks to make sure, hey, first of all, I like to use them. I like to rotate them out. Because they be sitting on the shelf and I'm like, oh, you poor baby, come on, mommy will play with you today. And that could be somebody saying that too. Oh, you poor baby, mommy will play with you today. Someone's feeling neglected, collective. Hey, man, somebody could feel like you don't have, I don't know. Let's get into this reading. The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? That was one of the cards that really caught my eye. You see this structure? It looks dead. It looks burnt out. It looks like it could collapse at any given moment if you just a strong wind come by and blow it over. Somebody it's just going to collapse, crumble. That's someone's foundation. That's someone's current foundation. It is not solid. It is not. Okay? But the universe is saying, hey, yo, you can either stay in this energy or you can take that leap of faith, walk through that door, and look what's waiting on you. Someone is stuck in their head. They think that they can't move forward. And if they're afraid of moving forward more than anything. They're afraid of leaving a toxic, slow burning, molting, volcanic, ash, destructive ass situationship. I'm telling you right now, I can't make this shit up. All right? But you got to listen. What is your soul calling you to do? You need to answer the call. You know you need to leave a situation the fuck alone. You know you need to leave a place the fuck alone. But you won't because you're so afraid of taking a chance. What is it? Is it codependency? Are you because see, look here. You see? Codependency. Yeah. You could be codependent on whoever you with. You're afraid to leave. You're afraid to leave. You don't think you're going to be successful on your own. Or whoever you with could have told you, if you leave, you ain't going to make it. You the deck is already stacked against you. You know what I'm saying? You got this, that, and other going on and whatnot and everything. You think you're going to be all right? Yeah, we'll see. And let me tell you something. I'm going to say it. I'm going to use a male example and I'm going to use a female example. When a man and a woman are together and the woman is contemplating leaving because she feels neglected, she feels like she's a single parent with a whole husband or whatever the case is, 9 times out of 10, men will say, ain't nobody gonna want you with all them damn kids. Now, I've looked at comments and different threads and things or whatever, and I've seen these women and men say that's a lie. I don't know. I'm not in that position. I can't answer that, okay? But that's usually the case. A man will plant it in a woman's mind that if she got 3, 4, 5 kids, ain't nobody gonna want to come around or pick up that tab and do whatever the fuck, for her and those kids. Hey, I don't know. I'm not living in that era right now. So I can't answer that. But you guys, if you have any comments to make in reference to that, feel free. Men, for the men, you might have a woman that's, say you got into trouble 20 years ago, but you still got that felony. You understand what I'm saying? That some felonies can be, they can be, expunged, and there are some that can't be expunged. And this particular individual might have a felony on them that they can't get expunged. All right? So when it comes to renting places and uh, applying for jobs, the deck might be a little stacked against that individual. Okay. And if they have dependents, you already know it could be a little tedious trying to find work and do this, that, and the third. Support your family when you have that on you. And that could have been, like I said, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever years ago. So now this woman could be telling this man, ain't nobody gonna want you. You a felon. You can't even get your own place in your own name. You can't do this. You can't do that. You know, and that makes that individual stay. But what they don't know is just like they linked up with that individual and life was good at some time or another, they're not the only one out here that's willing to uh, be with that individual regardless of their their criminal past. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. That doesn't disqualify them from having a healthy relationship after the fact. People grow. People do silly things. They do ignorant shit. They don't think things through. That could have been their process then. No telling the level of desperation and that and the other. That does not negate. That does not, take away from the seriousness of the crime. But there's supposed to be a such thing as restitution. There's a such thing as someone being reformed. And if you're looking at this individual and you look at yourself and you know that you haven't jaywalked, you haven't got a speeding ticket, you haven't done anything to result in any other arrest since that time, then I would think that that individual has been reformed, especially if they're holding down a job and are committed to raising whatever family they may have. So why would you be afraid? Okay? I don't know. What is not aligned or needs to change? What's not aligned in your life, collective? What's not aligned in your life? Okay? You need to get everything in alignment, darling. You need to sit back, think about what it is that you want, and go for it. Stop allowing someone to get in your head and tell you what you can't do, who you can't be, where you can't go. You understand what I'm saying? You need to cut it out. You're strong. You're stronger than this individual. This individual knows how strong you are, and they don't want you to realize how strong you are. This individual don't want you to realize, and it could be switch that around. It could be a woman that's got a felony, and it could be a man that's got a lot of kids. Put it however you want. It doesn't matter. It's all energy, but that's the message I'm telling you right now. Somebody is feeling stuck in a situation. All right? Look. Rock bottom. Surrender to the alchemy of life. Know that things change. It's ever changing. Nothing ever stays the same. I don't care. So you aren't the same person that you were when you started dealing with whomever you listened to this video for. Or you could be listening to it for yourself. You're not the same person. You're a totally different person. People change. They don't always stay in that stuck, low vibing ass energy. Okay. Don't be afraid, collective, to step out on faith. The universe is watching, and it's waiting for you to give them the sign that you are ready to release yourself from a toxic ass situation. All right? There's multiple ways to do things. Listen, There's multiple ways of getting in and out of a situation. If you want to leave a situation, you can. You don't have to keep pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing and feeling burdened and stressed the fuck out. Okay? Whoever this individual talking down to you, they would love for you to lose faith in yourself. Wand energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. I believe I said that earlier in this message. The universe wants to give you something. The universe said, if you step out on faith, I promise I won't let you fail. That's where that Ace of Pentacles is coming from. This is the time, collective, for you to take back control of your life. It is time for you to sever ties with a codependent individual. Whoever that codependent individual is, they can't heal with you. The only way that individual is going to be able to heal, they're going to have to do it alone. Yeah, they're going to have to do their shadow work. They're going to have go through that dark night of the soul. They got to release whatever it is, toxic way of thinking, toxic way of acting, toxic way of living, whatever. They got to release the toxicity in order for them to be all right. It's time for you to believe in yourself, have courage, stand on the fact that 9 Wands, stand on the fact that you can do this, collective. You can do it. You sure can. Okay? And you see this Knight of Wands. All right? This is the perfect time for you to step out on faith. It keeps being reiterated. And align yourself with the universe. Whatever it is that the universe is wanting you to see, do, or whatever. Serious business. You need to shake somebody. You need to move through. You need to get on up through, baby. 10s are completion. Okay? Then we have the 1 and the 9, completion. Something's coming to an end. This codependency is coming to an end. You not answering the call is coming to an end. Somebody's getting ready to take that leap of faith. They're getting ready to step out on faith. They're getting ready to push through. You've been pushing through for so long, collective. And I know you're tired, but now is not the time to give up. Now is not the time to give up. Excuse me. In order for your life to feel fulfilled in life, you need to leave something behind. You're never going to feel that happiness, that joy, you're not going to have that until you sever ties, put an end to something that's been weighing you down. Okay? Now, this is a transformative period for you. Like I said, somebody is downsizing in someone's face. They're getting rid of, they could be paying down some bills, or that's a way. Hell, if you know you got credit card debt or whatever, I don't give a goddamn if you got $1,000 limit and a $200 balance. If you, whatever debt you have, you paying it down. You're getting rid of it. Because you want to make sure that when you do leave, you don't have to go back. You're not going back to a situation. I can tell you that right now. You are not. Okay? Wherever you are, I can feel the topsy-turvy energy. I can feel the stress, the pressure, the what is it? The turmoil. But you walking away is going to bring back the balance you desire. It really is. Yeah. So we have the number 1 out here. Of course, that's a new beginning. And the universe is nudging you to take a leap of faith. to use your tools that you've accumulated. I'm not talking physical tools. You have built skills. You're more qualified now for various positions. So that's not a problem. You could have researched places that will rent to felons. Because some people look at it like, okay, if your felony is, if it was 5 years or more old, we don't give a fuck. That was 5 years ago. Okay? Most probation is anywhere between 5 and 10 years. I've known someone that was once on probation for 10 years. That shit's wild. And when he got off probation, he went fucking crazy. But anyway, back to this. So, excuse me. Some people don't give a fuck about that after a while. You might be putting yourself in a position where you can buy a house. You think they're going to give a fuck whether or not you're a felon? You could have been stacking your money, putting money away, working 2 jobs, whatever the case is, to make sure you had enough funds to venture out on this new beginning, because you do not want to have to look back at that mess that you're leaving behind. Okay? You're not. All right? Whatever you're striving to get, you will get it. That codependency, you're putting an end to that shit. Something tells me you have had enough of somebody. Do you hear me? Okay. You've had enough. All right? And it's time that you be quiet. Pull your energy back from a toxic ass situation and move on. When I see these wands behind this individual, it gives me like you got a wall up, like you blocking anybody from coming anywhere near you. You know what I'm saying? Like you are trying as hard as you can to stay as focused and whatnot on whatever it is you're doing in the what I want to say, behind the scenes. You get what I'm saying? You're not letting anyone in. You're not telling anyone what you're up to. And I don't blame you, collective. I don't blame you. Someone is planning an escape and they are so close to the finish line. You see that knight taking off? I mean, like racing up out of something. Because where you are, you can no longer stay. You've outgrown the situation. You've outgrown someone. Serious business. These 9s keep popping up. Here we have 5. What is that? Well, that's temperance. Okay. And we have the 4 swords. Now, I haven't put these cards out here yet, but I'm getting ready to. Yes. The minute you leave and a toxic ass situation behind, the love, the balance, the rest, you'll be able to, your life is going to be so much easier. You know what I mean? It's going to be, things are going to be so smooth. You're going to be like, I should have done this shit a long time ago. Yeah, I should have done this shit a long time ago. You could be with someone that you can't hold on to shit with. Seem like every time money runs through your hands like water. The minute you get it, it's gone. Watch when you separate yourself from this codependent individual, watch how that changes. Watch how you gonna see, damn, I got an extra, whatever it is. I don't give a fuck if it's $50, $100, $1,000, 10, whatever your situation happened to be. You're gonna look and be like, damn, it's almost time for me to get paid again, and I got this much money left. Well, when I was with this individual, I had nothing half the time. Whoever this individual was just, needy. Whoever this individual that you've been dealing with And let me say this before I go any further. Happy birthday to the June Geminis. We are different. We are different from the May Geminis. Aren't you glad? Mm. But anyway, that's no dig. It's just all in fun. Yeah. This swan energy, it centers around your solar plexus chakra. You might want to check that out. What's going on with your solar plexus chakra? The minute you leave this tight ass, crazy ass, messed up ass situation, you're gonna see so much expansion in your life. People gonna come around and want to give you stuff. People gonna want to help you out. You're gonna have more creative ways of making money, or you know, just doing something that you've been wanting to do for some time. Yeah, you're gonna see growth and expansion super fast when you leave this individual alone. You're gonna see things progressing for you in a way that you didn't anticipate. We got another three, and this time it's the Knight of Swords. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You ready to take action. You ready to take on the world. That's how you're gonna feel once you leave this individual. You're gonna feel so brave. People gonna think, how brave are you? Oh goodness, he finally did it. She finally did it. That kind of thing. It's not a bad thing, guys. Yeah, somebody's gonna be sick, heartbroken about it, but you can't do shit about that. You see that? You see those threes? 333. If you don't leave a situation behind, you're gonna continue to suffer. You could become bitter. Somebody might be feeling bitter right now, because they feel like, oh, they luck and ran out with somebody. You know what I'm saying? They used to manipulate and controlling, and they won't be able to do that any longer. You're rejecting anything emotional from this individual. You don't want to be bothered. You don't. You're not accepting anything from this person. Mm-mm. No, sir. You might want to, but you're not. You're gonna move away from this individual. Didn't we have yeah, here's the Hermit. You're gonna move away. You're gonna pull back your energy. Let's put this here. Yeah, you're gonna pull back your energy, and look, you see where it fell? 9 and 1 is what? You might see 333, angel number. You might be seeing a lot of threes. He might be seeing a lot of nines. 999, 10. Okay. The one number out here that isn't matching any other is 5. The 5 in the major arcana is the Hierophant. Struggle, instability. What else? Challenges. You're going to overcome your challenges, collective, but you got to block everybody out. Okay? You got to block everybody out. You got to block out all the naysayers. You got to block out anything that's and negative. And let me tell you something else too. We are in Gemini season, and I believe I said this a few videos ago. Before a birthday, I don't know, take the time to reflect. Take the time to look over, what have I done? What have I accomplished in these however many years? What would I like to accomplish in the next however many years? You can only speak to that. What do you want, collective? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And you get what I'm saying? What do you want your life to look like in the next 5 years? Okay, a lot can happen in 5 years. Think about it. There are graduations, there are births, there's new changes in the job. By the time you work that new job for 5 years, you're no longer a novice. You should be an expert. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, like, for real. Where do you see yourself? Yeah. Because that's the only thing you need to concern yourself with. From looking at this, your future. Didn't I tell you somebody wanted you to feel stuck? And that stuck feeling revolves around money? But can't you see here? You're going to be in that energy. You're going to have what you need. You're going to be very generous with it. You're going to protect your family because that Queen of Pentacles is out here front and center. You're gonna focus on your well-being, but you're also going to focus on your health. Hold on a second. I want to see something. I got to move around a second. Oh, Smokey. Yeah, I know I'm silly. Okay. What I have noticed is that I see the number 14 here. And the number 14 is here. That's back to back. So that's my signal. Pause. Don't go any further. Address that. Okay. 14 in the major arcana. That is, what is it? Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me think. Temperance. And here she is. Temperance is number 14 in the major arcana. Okay? Negotiations, shared thoughts and feelings with partners. But what I'm going to tell you is, unless that partner that you are communicating with is coming around and sticking to the facts and less emotion, you're not going to want to have anything to do with this individual. I'm telling you right now, you will not deal with an emotionally imbalanced individual. On this card, it says the energy change, options, movement, conflict. You're done with any conflict, collective. You're done. You're not playing into that. Listen, you will ignore it. You see that? That to me is someone. They know that people want to talk to them. They know that this individual got a lot to say, but they are laid back. Like, until this individual can speak to me respectfully and can listen respectfully, I have nothing to say. That's your energy, collective. As far as these pentacles, okay, you got the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles on the other side of this Eight of Swords. Someone they would have loved for you to have been dependent on them and need them. I'm telling you right now, they would love that. But guess what? Didn't I tell you that you're not thinking about them right now? Because things are beginning to move for you. You're not stuck. You realize you are not stuck. Okay? You're getting ready to break free. Somebody, it's like, you know how you wrap a rope around somebody, but you never tie it? But they think they stuck because all they see is the rope. They don't move their arm. They don't shift their body at all. And if they just move the slightest bit, that rope will disappear. It will fall off. That's somebody, you're in your mind, in this individual's mind, they think they're stuck. When in all actuality, no, you're not. You think you are. Because the individual wants you to think you are. You can't see how free you really could be. Or really are. Because somebody's been putting doubt in your mind. They've been feeding you doubt. But it's time that you focus on you. It's time that you pay attention to the truth. It's time that you look things in the eye and realize, nah, that's not making any sense to me. You know, you can be stable on your own. You can build your own solid foundation, collective. Yes, you can. You don't have to be up under this individual. They want you to think that you have to be up under them. All right? Like I said, this person, somebody's going to be very heartbroken, very sad because their manipulation tactics are no longer working for somebody, and this person's going to step out on faith and do their thing. And they can't wait to get away from this motherfucker. Uh huh. Yeah. They can't wait. They can't wait to get away from this individual. They can't get away from this person soon enough. Mm-hmm. Yep. So look, when I add these numbers, we have what? The number 15, which is devil energy. Okay? Yeah, all of this is coming crushing because you are aligning yourself with what the universe want you to do next. It wasn't meant for you to stay in this position forever, collective. Whoever this individual is that came into your life at a very crucial time, yes, they did. They helped you out, but you've since helped them out in ways that they'll never admit. Okay? They'll never own the fact that you could have changed a lot about them, a lot about the way they were living, a lot about their standards or whatever. They know they're not vibing as low as they used to, but they afraid of you leaving them behind. They may say things like, "No, wasn't nobody else checking for your broke ass? Wasn't nobody thinking about you like that? I was the one that was doing this. I was the one that was doing that. No one was giving you, you know what I'm saying?" And that's why you pulling away. That's why you're going to be in that hermit energy. That's why you're not talking to this individual. And, you're so withdrawn right now. Yeah, that's why you contemplate your next move. That's why you trying to find balance with this temperance card. That's why you pulling back and you resting and you staring at the ceiling at night, thinking of a master plan. Yeah, how can I get the fuck up out of here? How can I get the hell away from this chaos? That's what someone's actually living. Serious business. And the universe is saying, well, we lined everything up for you, sir, ma'am. I don't know why you still sitting there. I don't know. Somebody is feeling like that King of Cups energy, like, oh my God, my ship has sailed. I'll never have this, that, and the third, or whatever the case is. But you got a Queen of Cups that's out here looking at you like, yeah, okay, well, if that's how you feel about it, or it could be a King of Cups looking at you like, yeah, well, if that's how you feel, baby, that ship is coming in. That ship haven't sailed. That ship sitting right there in the middle of the water heading to you. Your ships are coming in. They are not leaving you behind. You best believe that, okay? You see those 7 pentacles. Somebody implanted some seeds, and now they're watching them grow, okay? You are manifesting the life that you wanted, and you're going to meet your match along the way. Somebody's going to match your energy. They're going to match whatever it is. They're going to be in that loving and kind and uplifting energy that you so desire, all right? The King of Cups is a professional. He's liberal, he's very considerate. And the Queen, she's a devoted individual, warm-hearted. You understand what I'm saying? Look at her, throwing up her hands like she's manifest. It's like two individuals manifesting each other, praying for each other. Like this person is praying that someone in this Queen of Cups energy come into his life, while she's praying that someone in this King of Cups energy come into hers. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Yeah. But until then, someone is planting the seeds. They're planting the seeds. They're planting. They're building a new garden. They tending to a new garden. They done tending to whatever that was because somebody wasn't trying to. They didn't appreciate it. So that tells me somebody was never giving as much as they were getting, emotionally, financially, physically, however you want to put it. I believe all three. Whoever this person is that they've been dealing with all these years or whatever the case, it was always uneven, lopsided. And whoever you are listening, you could have been doing most of the giving. while this person just had their goddamn hand out. You know what I'm saying? That's all they wanted. Gimme, gimme, gimme. And somebody's sick of that too. Because you're feeling like a check. You're not feeling like a lover. You're not feeling like a provider. You're not feeling like a spouse. You're feeling like a check. That's it. Whether you're a man or a woman. Serious business. So anyway, what I advise, let's see, what we're going to advise this individual. Let's get some advice. Well, you see, those 8 wands are sitting there. They want to say something too, I guess. Go ahead. Pursue your dreams. Stop procrastinating. Stop doubting yourself. Wand energy. It's time for you to take action. Yeah. The Lovers is right after that. It's time for you to make a decision. It's time for you to choose, collective. What do you want? Do you want to lose yourself in this situation and or do you want to be with somebody that wants the same thing as you? You've outgrown the situation. Somebody's outgrown the situation and they're getting ready to leave it all behind. And whoever they're going towards, if it's a person, it's going to be an equally reciprocated situation. It isn't going to be just gimme, gimme, gimme. It isn't going to be the situation where somebody just had their hand out all the time. If you weren't giving them something, they didn't want to be bothered with you. It gets to a point where people begin to feel used. For real, especially if they're not getting back whatever they're putting in. You know? And whoever this individual is that's feeling used is an emperor. He's in that emperor energy. That's what the universe wants you to know. You are not the small piece of chicken. You're the big piece of chicken. You deserve the big piece of chicken, not the small piece of chicken. It's like I understand wanting to feed the babies and everything like that, but as hard as you work, you get home half the time, there's nothing to eat. Or you got to pick something up on the way. You get home, everybody else is full, everybody else has had dinner, whatever like that, and you just fending for yourself. Well, just know that whoever this individual is that's coming into your life, this new love, that's not going to be the case. Whoever this individual is going to be some equal reciprocity, period. And that's what you need. That's what you've been wanting. And you're not getting that wherever you are. On my advice to you, because the last card in that daggone thing before I set it over there is the 5 of Cups. If you don't strike out now, you're going to live with a lot of regret. You're going to wish you had. You're going to wish you had. It's time for you to make a decision, period. And we're going to leave it right there. All right? If anything about the video happened to resonate with you in any shape, form, or fashion, do like, share, and subscribe. Peace, love, and light.